Kia ora Year 9. This video shows you how to expand brackets in algebraic expressions. So if you're in my 2019 class, this is what we did in maths today. I've made up 20 examples that are going to give you tons more practice at it, so have your pen and your maths book ready with you. And what I'd like you to do is to pause the video and try and do these 3 problems on your own first, remembering how we did them in class. I'm going to do 2 lines of working for each one to start with, and then later on when we get good at them, I'm going to drop one of those lines of working. So what does this first one mean? Well, it means 8 times all of this. But we can break this up into 2 numbers. So in class we looked at how we had 2 lots of 5 dots. So we can think of this as 2 lots of 5, which is 2 times 5, or we can think of it as 2 lots of 2 and 2 lots of 3. And we did that with seeing the different colours. So there's my 2 groups of 2, and let's change colour. Here are my 2 groups of 3. It's the same thing when we're working with algebra. We take the 8 and we say, well, that's the same as 8 lots of 3 plus 8 lots of A, which gives me 24 plus 8A, because remember we don't use the times sign when we're doing algebra. So the next one is 9 lots of 4 plus 9 lots of G, which gives me 36 plus 9G. Right, make sure that you're pausing the video and trying these on your own before you go through them. Okay, question 3. 2 lots of X, which we'll just write now as 2X, plus 2 lots of 3, which gives me 2X plus 6. 3 more to try, so pause the video and do those 3. Okay, this one is 7 lots of n plus 7 lots of 2. We're distributing the 7 over the things inside the brackets, the terms inside the brackets. Right, so that's 7n plus 7 2's give me 14. The next one is 3 times x. Now I can think of this in 2 different ways. I can think of it as just take away 3 times 2. That gives me 3x minus 6. Or I could think of it like this. 3 times x plus negative 2. Right, so this is great practice at integers, which we're going to need for the number part of the JAF coming up. So here we've got 3x plus 3 times negative 2. Okay, so either way we get 3x minus 6. Usually though, we're going to think of it as 4 lots of y minus 4 lots of 7, which gives me 4y minus 28. Next 3. Pause the video and try those ones. Okay, now I'm going to start skipping that first line of working. So we have 6 lots of A, 6A, minus 6 4's, 24. Number 8. 5 lots of 4 gives me 20. Take away 5 lots of x, 5x. Now number 9's got our first negative sign outside, but nothing about our method needs to change. It's going to be negative 3 lots of x plus negative 3 lots of 5. That gives me negative 3x minus 15. Here are the next 3. Pause the video and do those into your books. Okay, so we get negative 4 times y plus negative 4 times 10, giving me negative 4y minus 40. The next one, negative 7 lots of y. I'm going to again start to drop the first line of working because we're getting more fluent at the skill. So it's negative 7y plus, I am still going to do that line of working, aren't I? Negative 7 times 1, giving me negative 7y, take away 7. Number 12, negative 5 times 2, here gives me negative 10. And then I've got negative 5 times a. So we have plus negative 5a. but we're adding a negative number. So we get negative 10 minus 5a. 3 more. The first one is negative 6 times 4, negative 24. And then I've got minus 6, negative 6 times y, giving me negative 6y. Number 14, we have negative 3 times 2, negative 6, plus negative 3 times x. So we get minus 6, negative 6, minus 3x. Number 15 follows a slightly different pattern. Negative 7 times x, negative 7x. And now I get plus this negative 7 times negative 3. A negative times a negative gives me a positive. So I end up with negative 7x plus 21. Right, number 16 fits the same pattern. We're going to get negative 6 times a, negative 6a. But then I have plus negative 6 times negative 4, which is positive 24. So negative 6a plus 24. Number 17 is the same pattern type. I've got negative 7 times y, negative 7y. And I've got negative 7 times negative 2, which gives me plus 14. And number 18 gives me negative x, negative 8x. Right, multiplying the negative 8 by the first term, plus 56. And it's plus 56 because I've got negative 8 times negative 7. 2 left. I've changed these a tiny bit, but it's the same idea. I'm going to do these in 2 steps. The first one is negative 9 times 4 plus negative 9 times negative 4x. That gives me negative 36 plus 36x. Number 20 is the same pattern. Negative 2 times 3, negative 6. And then I'm going to have plus 6y. So there you go. There's a quick refresher on very simple expanding brackets. In class next week, we're going to put that together with what we know about simplifying expressions and like terms. Thanks for watching. I'll do one on factorizing later on this weekend.